The crowd had no idea what they were witnessing. A powerful CEO gripping the hand of a single dad in the middle of a glittering gala, her voice trembling as she whispered, "Just act like you're mine for tonight." No one expected his answer. No one knew the history between them, and no one imagined how that one sentence would change both their lives forever. But the truth, she wasn't asking him to pretend. She was begging him not to walk away again. The city lights shimmered like diamonds against the glass windows of the towering Kingston Empire building. Inside the top floor office, Ava Kingston, the young, brilliant, and fiercely independent CEO, paced back and forth with her heels tapping restlessly. She built an empire from scratch, inherited nothing, and survived everything that tried to break her: greedy investors, failed mergers, her father's cold criticism, and the crushing loneliness that came with power. Tonight mattered. Tonight was the gala that would decide the future of her company. If she didn't secure a partnership with the global investors flying in from London, hundreds of employees would lose their jobs. Her dream, everything she sacrificed for, would shatter. But there was a problem. Investors trusted stability, consistency. They trusted leaders who looked emotionally grounded. And in their eyes, a CEO who was single, alone, and rumored to be too distant was a risk. Her assistant, Olivia, rushed in. "Ava, they want to meet your partner tonight. Remember, they expect you to bring someone." Ava froze. There was no partner, not even a casual date. Her career had swallowed every part of her personal life, leaving no room for romance. That's when Olivia hesitated at the door and whispered, "There's someone here to see you. He's downstairs. Says it's urgent." Ava frowned. "Who?" Olivia swallowed. "His name is Ethan Carter." The name hit Ava like a punch to the stomach. Ethan, the man she once loved. The man she pushed away for the sake of her career. The man who left the city 5 years ago without saying goodbye. The man who became a father. Heart racing, she rushed to the elevator. When the doors opened, she saw him standing there, tall, grounded, worn from life, but more handsome than she remembered. His dark hair slightly messy, his sleeves rolled to his elbows, warm brown eyes filled with a softness she never deserved. And beside him, a little girl. A tiny girl with curly hair and the same bright smile Ethan used to have. "Hi," the child whispered shyly. "I'm Lily." Ava's heart cracked open. Ethan stepped forward. "Ava, we need to talk." But the timing couldn't have been worse. Her world was already collapsing, and seeing him again felt like the final blow. Still, she managed to whisper, "Why? Why are you here now?" Ethan took a deep breath. "Because I can't avoid you anymore. And because Lily deserves to know the truth." Ava's breath hitched. The truth about what? But before he could answer, Olivia rushed in again, panicked. "Ava, the London investors are early. They're asking about your partner." Ava felt the world closing in. Her future, her company, everything she fought for was seconds from falling apart. Olivia's voice grew urgent. "Ava, you need someone. Now. Anyone. Or this deal is dead." Ava turned to Ethan. Old memories flooded back: late-night talks, stolen kisses, dreams they once shared before fear tore them apart. She whispered, almost trembling, "Ethan, I need your help. Just for tonight." He stared at her, confused. Then she said the words that froze him in place. "Just act like you're mine for tonight." The silence stretched on until Ethan smiled softly, sadly, and replied, "Ava, you don't need someone to act. You need someone who won't leave when things get hard." His answer left her speechless, and changed everything. The gala hall glowed with chandeliers, golden light bouncing off crystal glasses and marble floors. Everyone was dressed in tuxedos and gowns. But the moment Ava walked in with Ethan by her side, conversation stopped mid-sentence. People stared, whispered, speculated. Ava tried to breathe steadily, but her hand trembled slightly in Ethan's. She hadn't held his hand in 5 years. Yet somehow it felt familiar, comforting. Ethan leaned down and whispered, "Relax, I've got you." She closed her eyes for a moment, letting those words melt into her chest. The investors approached with polite smiles. "Ava, this must be your partner," one of them said. Ava froze. She wasn't a liar by nature. Pretending felt like swallowing fire. But Ethan stepped in, confident and calm. "Yes," he said gently, pulling Ava closer. "I'm here with her." His hand rested protectively at her waist, his voice steady and reassuring. Ava didn't expect it to feel real, but it did. Too real. The meeting went smoothly, better than ever. Ethan spoke with warmth, maturity, and grounded confidence. Investors loved him. They loved the idea of Ava being supported, not alone. Every time she faltered, Ethan subtly stepped in, guiding her without overpowering her. But the real shift happened when he excused himself and stepped away to check on Lily, who was waiting with Olivia in the lounge area. An investor raised an eyebrow. "He's wonderful. And a father, I hear." Ava's chest tightened. "Yes, he is. You're lucky." "Ava," another investor smiled. "A man who loves his child usually knows how to love a partner." The words sank deep into her. When Ethan returned, the investors were already impressed. They approved the partnership. Her company was safe. But Ava's heart was not. As the gala ended, she stood alone with Ethan and Lily under the stars outside the hall. The city lights flickered behind them. Ethan gently placed his jacket around her shoulders. You did great, he whispered. She swallowed. Ethan, thank you. For everything, he nodded. But there was something heavy in his eyes. Ava, we need to finish our conversation from earlier. She braced herself. My daughter, he said quietly, glancing at Lily, deserves to know who cared about her before she was even born. Ava's breath caught. What are you saying? Ethan looked into her eyes deep, raw, honest. Ava, I didn't leave you 5 years ago. You pushed me away. You told me your career mattered more than us, and when you found out you were pregnant, he paused, voice cracking. You never gave me a chance to stay. Ava felt her knees weaken. Tears burned her eyes. All those years, all those nights wondering if she made the right choice, and the truth finally hit her like a storm. She whispered, trembling, Ethan, Lily is she? He nodded. She's ours, Ava. The world spun. Lily-sweet, curious, beautiful, Lily was her daughter, the child she believed she had lost during the emergency surgery years ago. The child, she thought, did not survive. But Ethan's voice broke through her shock. Soft and steady. You didn't lose her. She survived, and I raised her, hoping that one day, you'd be ready to love her too. Ava sank to her knees as Lily approached, tiny hands touching her face. Miss Ava, why are you crying? Lily asked. Ava hugged her tightly, sobbing into her hair. Because she wasn't ready for this kind of love, because she thought she didn't deserve it, because fate had brought them back. Ethan knelt beside them. Ava, I don't want you to pretend to be mine. Not tonight. Not ever. She looked up with trembling eyes. I want you to be her mom, and, if your heart still knows mine, maybe something more. Ava cried into his chest as Lily wrapped her small arms around both of them. For the first time in years, Ava didn't feel alone. She didn't feel broken. She didn't feel like a cold CEO trapped in a glass tower. She felt home, and this time, she wasn't letting it slip away.